Hello and welcome back to another video. If you're somebody who loves dark gothic makeup but is looking for something with more neutral and brownish tones, I think this would be the look just for you. Let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so to start off, I did my base makeup off camera. It's nothing exciting. I have done it in other videos, but it's literally just foundation, concealer all around my eyes. I'm using that as a primer on my lids as well. And then the tiniest amount of blush that literally doesn't even show up on camera. So to start off with the eyes, I am getting a very light brown, and it doesn't matter what palette, what shade you use. I literally use like all of my palettes when I'm doing a makeup look, and I interchange them. And my palettes are mostly really cheap ones. This is the White Peach one by Too Faced, and it's my most expensive palette, and it's literally like 4 years old. So I have that brown on there, and I'm just going to blend that out. And as you can see, I've brought that out into somewhat of a wing shape. This is kind of where you decide the size that your wing is going to be. So I went for a size about that big. It's completely optional. It's completely up to you how big you want to make the wing on this. And then I also went down along here to that side of the eye. Now I'm going in with a darker brown, and I'm just putting that all along here, like so. And I'm going to blend that into that lighter brown. And I'm just really looking to define my crease here and add a lot of shape to it. So I probably should have chose more of a warm brown, because I chose a cool brown to blend into my warm brown, and that didn't end up well. So okay, a brown like this shade would have been better. There is a difference in shades of brown, whether they're warm or they're cool. It's kind of easy to tell if they are like more dull, they have more of a cool undertone, and then if they are more reddish, I guess they have a warm undertone. And it's good to keep them together because they can end up looking kind of weird when you combine them. So I've blended it out so I have a nice gradient between those two browns. And now I'm just going back in and adding a very defined line of that darker brown on there. And I'm not going to blend that. I'm going to keep that as is, except for this weird little part on the end. I am going to blend that. But I really want to make sure that that is a very defined area, because this look does require a cut crease. And if you're saying behind your screen, oh my god, Emily, no, I'm so bad at cut creases, I have a hack for you. Don't worry, I'm here for you. That's why you're watching this video, because I have all these easy hacks and tricks to make it easier for you. Okay, now it's time for the cut crease. Follow me, come on, don't let me lose you here. I know cut creases can be challenging sometimes, but just watch this. So what I'm gonna do is get a bit of concealer. I'm using a white shade, but you can use pretty much anything. And then I'm going just along here, just a little. And then I'm going to look at the ceiling, and it leaves a guideline of where I'm going to cut my crease, which is absolutely awesome. So then I'm going in with more of that white concealer, like I said, very high coverage, and I'm just going to follow that guideline. You know, it might get a little messy. That is okay. We're going to be putting a bit of glitter over top of the concealer anyways, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I wish it could be, because I'm a perfectionist, but I know if I try to get it perfect, it's gonna take me way too long. So I'm just sort of carving out that crease there and making sure I get it all covered, like so. Okay, so now that that's on there, I'm going in with a little mini beauty blender, and you can use a regular size one. I just love these freaking things. And I'm just dabbing this down a bit to make sure it's even, because the way you put it on, it can kind of get patchy that way. And I'm just dabbing it in, making sure it's all even and clean and everything. Okay, so now I'm going in with this sort of bronzish, goldy shade, and I've got that on my finger. And I'm just dabbing that along the outside there of the cut crease. And I'm actually going to use 2 shades of glitter. I'm going to be using this darker one, and I'm going to be using a lighter one as well, because I really like that gradient style of going from dark to light towards the inner corner of the eye. So I'm also going to grab this sort of pinkish shade. And you know, the shades that you're using here are all up to your own discretion, but this is just the way I would like it to look. And I am just blending that with my finger. I mean, you could say the cut crease wasn't really necessary, but I feel like it helps the shimmer apply smoother, and it looks more cleaned up when you actually do cut the crease. So I'm literally just using my finger and blending those 2 glitters into each other. I think that I'm going to go in more with this darker one, just because I feel like I lightened it up too much. I went over it too much. And you can just add to your own discretion until it looks the way that you would like it to. After that is done, I'm going in again with that dark, warm brown, and I'm patting along this area here and kind of adding on to that wing. And this, again, adds a lot of definition, and it adds a lot of intense darkness to this look, because so far it's pretty shimmery and light. But when we get the eyeliner going as well, it's going to add a whole new world of definition. All right, so I think it's time for the most exciting part, which is, of course, the eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is go from here up to where I traced out that wing earlier, and I'm just going to connect that with where I put the darker shimmer, and I don't want to cover that up, so I'm going to make a shape like that before I go into my band along my lash line, and then I'm going to fill this in. Okay, now that that wing is all done and filled in, I'm just going to do a bit of an inner corner little, I don't know what you call it. Is this technically a wing? I don't know. But basically, I'm just tracing out this area here. I'm going to connect that to under here. Just like that. I'm going to do the other side, and I'm going to fill that in. And I'm just going to cover all of this liner that I did with some black eyeshadow. This helps it stay on for longer, and it also mattifies it. I just feel like it looks a lot better, and you might have had left some little holes when you filled in your liner, and this just sort of comes along and cleans them up very, very nicely. So then I'm going to bring this brown underneath the eyes a bit as well. Going in with that dark brown, I'm bringing that right along this area here. And then I'm grabbing my fluffy brush, and I'm going to add that lighter brown on top. And I'm just gonna blend that out, just so it is a nice, again, a little gradient down here. I have gotten a bit of that light color up here, which is totally fine. I just have to go back over that with black after. Now that that is all done, you might notice my waterline kind of stands out and looks a bit weird. So I'm going in with my best friend, which is a cat gel pencil, and I'm just going to line my waterline. I absolutely love the way it looks, but I hate doing it. It does look a bit scary, and not gonna lie, I was terrified when I first started doing it, but I recommend you take the plunge because it's not as hard as it looks. You just basically look up and go along your waterline there. Now I'm just gonna put on some mascara. You can do lashes with this look. It's completely optional. I just don't prefer to wear them because I have really sensitive eyes and they bother me. But this look looks great with just mascara as well. And I'm doing that on my top and my bottom lashes. I always put it on my bottom lashes as well. So I'm actually not going to do any eyebrows with this look because I kind of like the way it looks when I do more brown toned looks to not do eyebrows. I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. So I have this sort of dark brown, kind of reddish lip liner, and I'm just going to go in and line my lips. I can't really talk while I'm doing it, but I will just show you how I like to do it personally. And then I'm going in with this kind of light nude gloss, and I am just putting that like so. Okay, so not gonna lie, I did not expect the lip liner to turn out as purpley as it did, but I'm loving it, so I'm gonna keep it. I really like this. The lip liner was the Milani Easy Retractable Liner, and it was in the shade Sugar Plum, and then the gloss was the Oh My Gloss by Rimmel London, and the shade was Purr Glossy Cat, which is such a silly name. And this is how the look turned out. If you end up trying this look out for yourself, make sure to post it on Instagram and tag me, or to DM me a picture of it. By no means am I asking for credit. I just want to see how you guys do this look. I've had people post on Instagram and tag me as like, this look is mine, that like I created it, which I don't really think is true. It's makeup. You can do whatever you want with it. I just would really like to see how it looks. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. I love you. Bye.